Hello everybody! You're watching TCG Today, and today we're going to take a closer look at the upcoming March 2023 launch event for Battle Spirit Saga. So, without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's talk TCG. The launch event for Battle Spirit Saga is a little over 1 month away, and registration is almost underway. At stake, $350,000. We've got venue locations, participation breakdowns, and even deck restrictions to cover. So, let's get straight into it. I want to kick things off with a trip to North America, more specifically Las Vegas, USA, home of the largest Battle Spirit Saga tournament taking place. And when I say largest, I mean largest, with $150,000 available and 1,024 participants. This is a huge event being organized by Play TCG for the weekend starting the 24th of March. Of the 1,024 participants, cash prizes are granted for those who finish within the top 128 places, ranging from $500 to a whopping $25,000, which I think you'll agree is absolutely insane. Over in Europe next, and we have 512 participants competing for their share of Tournament Centre's $100,000 prizing. This event is taking place over the same weekend in London, UK, with first place taking home an impressive $15,000. Finally, the last two events are taking place in Santiago, Chile for Latin America and Melbourne, Australia for Oceania, both of which feature 256 participants competing over a 50 grand cash pool. Cash prizes this time are only given to the top 64 summoners, but there is still a substantial $10,000 available for first place. Moving on then, let's continue our talk of prizing with less emphasis on cash and more emphasis on merchandise. Attending large competitive events like these are always going to be exciting, but going home with nothing whatsoever will likely dampen that slightly. Thankfully, Bandai have announced a plethora of goodies depending on your performance within the event, and best of all, these are the same worldwide. First up, we have our generic participation prizes. These are prizes that you get for simply registering and turning up. In other words, if you want to make a deck centered around Dinoman Tyrannoid, then you can 100% do that and walk away smiling with a live counter, BSS logo core case, and an event pack. But what exactly is an event pack? Well, it's essentially a promo pack that contains one random card from the 12 options on screen, each with a unique card overlay differing from their starter deck or Dawn of History counterpart. Moving on then, we come to our prizes for our top 128 contestants. These are essentially the exact same as the participation prizes, but with an extra 2 event packs, bringing your total up to 3, which is great, but not overly exciting. Onwards to the top 32, and things start getting more interesting. This time we have a live counter, 7 event packs, 2 core cases, a holographic demo deck, and a finalist card set, which essentially is a single set of all 12 cards from the event pack, which makes collecting the whole set significantly easier. Top 16 now, and everything is more or less the same, save for the introduction of a top 16 playmat. Unlike those included within the demo deck, this is going to be a proper playmat with a lot more horizontal space, excellent for those of you playing wide. Which brings us now to the semi-finalists. Make it to the top 4 and your additional reward is a Battle Spirits deck case. I can't be 100% sure that it is leather, but it certainly looks big enough for sleeve cards, and let's be fair, who doesn't love a nice deck box? Next up, push your strategy to the absolute limit and you just might make it far enough to claim silver, with my personal favourite prizing, an alternate art Grand Underworld Trio Queen Maduke. If you were baffled as me when Infernal King Cursed Dragon stole the special rare slot for purple, well, you've gotten your explanation. Just like the Saga Renova, this illustration comes directly from the CGI lore trailer and looks fantastic. Yes, it's in X-Rare formatting instead of being a full-out card like the special rares, but come on, it's Maduke. And finally, after hours of arduous battling, leaving opponents decimated on the convention floor, you make your way onto the podium to claim eternal glory. At this point, you've won a gargantuan sum of money, made jaws drop with your cunning strategies, and have officially engraved yourself in Battle Spirit's history. What could possibly make this any better? The champion prizes. On top of the life counter, core cases, holographic deck, event packs, finalist set, deck case, playmat, and event exclusive X-Rare, you also get your hands on the champion playmat and the swankiest product of the whole lot, the champion metal soul core. If that doesn't excite you, then I don't know what will, as there will only be 4 of these in the world unless re-released at a later date. All in all, these prizes look awesome. I'm personally super hyped to see everything that they have to offer, and the chances are you probably are as well. Which brings us onto the final section of the video, playing on the day itself. For those wanting to actually purchase product on the day, there are actually some restrictions to take into consideration. After all, we can't just have people buying up all the stock on the day to hinder their opponent's chances now, can we? So, what are these restrictions? Well, each participant can purchase a maximum of 8 booster boxes in addition to 2 copies of each starter deck. That's over 2,500 cards available to build your deck, assuming you have the funds to do so. As for putting the cards together, there is an extensive 28-page tournament rules manual to read thoroughly before participating, which I won't even try to dissect in this video, but one standout point I would like to raise awareness to is deck size limitation. Sorry, what? Deck size limitation? I thought Battle Spirits was always about having no upper limit. Well, you'd be right, but there needs to be some guidelines to follow for tournaments. It turns out shuffling a maximum of 60 cards is significantly less problematic than a tower of 200. Who'd have guessed, eh? And that brings us to the end of the video. So now it's time to hear from you. What did you think of the event rewards? Will you be attending any of the venues? And what deck will you be climbing the ranks with? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section or join in the conversation over on Discord. Don't forget to hit that like button to let me know to see more of this content. And if in fact you do want to see more, then make sure to subscribe to support the channel. Thank you all for making it to the end. And remember, you've been watching